All right, all right, all right. Hey, want to welcome everybody to our Wednesday night training call. This is Alan Newell coming to you from, actually, I'm coming to you from Wrightsville Beach. My address is actually Wilmington. Debbie Stella is actually on the beach, and she's just told us all that. So she's out there enjoying the sand, the surf, and not far from here. But excited, always excited to have everybody on the call. And I just want to thank everybody for taking time. It's a Wednesday night. And I mean, there's lots of things you could be doing. Some of us are watching the College World Series. Some people are, not me personally. And I think Florida State's got 2 on and 2 out is what I heard just a minute ago. But, excited to have you on here, whether you're brand new and just started today or whether you're a seasoned veteran and been with us for the entire time we've been in business. What you'll notice about the leaders calls is that the training calls is that all the leaders are here. The leaders join every week, they plug in, they listen, they take notes, and that's why they're leaders. Number one, they're setting the pace for their team. Number two is they're always looking to pick up a pearl of wisdom. And so, and that's important. So get your notebook out, your notepad, and write down some notes, and hopefully you'll be able to take something away from this and learn something. We're always covering different topics, but tonight, I wanted to talk about a daily method of operation, DMO, I call it. Okay, the daily method of operations. You see, in this business, in the direct sales business, it's so easy to get overwhelmed. It's so easy to get sidetracked. It's so easy to get caught up doing a lot of things that don't really pay you, that don't build a business. Sometimes people get teams going and they end up in management mode where they think they got to manage their group. And I can just tell you from experience, I've been there, done that. And I'm not looking to manage anybody. If people need my help, they'll reach out to me. I'm not reaching out to people saying, hey, can I help you? Hey, can I do this? Hey, can I do that? Now, if I see somebody who's new, that's a different story. But as the team grows, I let the cream rise. In other words, this is a volunteer army. Nobody on this call works for me. We got thousands and thousands of people on this team elevation all over the world, but nobody works for me. They all work for themselves. That's the beautiful thing about this business. And if they want help, they'll reach to their upline leader if they want to do well. Now, that doesn't get me wrong. We're not going to leave them alone and not encourage them, inspire them, and help them. That's our goal. As mentors and as our sponsor, we're responsible for helping them be successful. We've got to make ourselves available. And as many of you know, I'm available practically all the time. I took a couple of days off and just this past week with Father's Day weekend, and people were like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I said, yeah. So there's some things that I like to talk about that it takes to be successful in this business before I go into the daily method of operations, because I can give you a proven system to be successful, but if you don't have the basics, then nothing I tell you is going to help. You can listen to all the self-help tapes and videos and YouTube, and you can watch Gary Vee, and you can listen to Jim Rohn, and you can listen to all the great leaders. You can listen to Tony Robbins. You can listen to all that. But if you don't take action and make a difference, then you're wasting your time. And I like to say that. The number one thing you've got to have in this business is you've got to have a strong desire for change, a strong desire to make a difference, a strong desire to improve your life, the life of your family, your health, and those around you. You've got to have a strong desire. And then number two is you've got to have a commitment. Okay, you've got to be committed to be able to yourself first and foremost. Okay, that's the key. Is if you're not committed to yourself and to your business, if it is to be, it's up to me. You're not going to be successful. And then the number three thing is you've got to be coachable. And what's interesting is I get a lot of people who come from, have never been in the direct sales business, and they're some of the best networkers there because they're very coachable. They don't know. And then you get some people who come from the corporate world and they're used to the corporate mentality. And some of them are supervisors. Some of them are very successful in their job, J-O-B job. And they struggle here because they're not coachable and because they're in this mentality of being a boss. I'm a supervisor. I'm a vice president of a company. I owned a company. Well, this is totally different. I was a very successful restaurant entrepreneur for many, many years and had great success. I was one of the original founders of Lone Star Steakhouse. We took that company public in 1992. It was the most successful IPO in the restaurant industry history, still is to this day. And so I don't tell you that to impress you, but to impress upon you that this business, when I came into the direct sales business, I had to be very coachable and learn how to do this business. And so you've got to be willing to learn all the time. I'm always looking to learn. I just got the opportunity to spend some time with Eddie yesterday live. I'm always meeting with him. I'm always meeting with, picking his brain. And I've got mentors that I work with and leaders that I'm always looking to learn from. And then number 4 is you've got to take full responsibility for your business. Full responsibility for your success and full responsibility for your failure. Your business right today, the size of your team and the size of your paycheck and the number of people that you're helping is on you. It's exactly where you have it and you want it today. And you've got to take full responsibility for that, because if you want it to grow and reach 20,000 people, you can do that, but you've got to work hard. You've got to take responsibility for that. You've got to stay plugged in. You've got to. You've got to be on the calls. You've got to be plugged into the videos. You've got to be plugged in the team page. You've got to be plugged into your upline leader and know what's going on. You've got to stay connected to your team and be supportive to them. Not manage them, but be supportive of them. You've got to be at the events. When we have events, we've got an event coming up in Nashville on August the 17th. You got to do whatever it takes to get there. To get there. I used to be part of a company for a period of time, and they would have 8 events a year. I'm talking about corporate events that they expected everybody to attend. We don't do that. We don't do that. And that's not talking about the national convention, which made 9, and the regional events. There were 4 regional events. So they had 13 events going on. And that's just, to me, that's overkill. It truly is. But you've got to plug into these calls. You've got to plug into the videos. You've got to plug into the trainings. We do opportunity calls on Sunday night and Tuesday night. You've got to plug in. And you got to plug your prospects into that. You've got to stay plugged in. It's just like working out. You can't go work out once a month and expect to be in great shape. You can't eat a healthy meal 4 times a month and expect to be healthy. You can't take your vitamins every now and then or when you feel like it. You've got to be committed and stay plugged in. You got to be consistent. You got to be grateful. You got to be grateful. And you can never quit. Never quit. I tell people all the time that you can definitely be very successful in this business and make a lot of money and help a lot of people. I've helped numerous people earn multi-6-figure incomes and even some 7-figure incomes, and it can be done. It's different for everybody, though. And so you got to be patient and never quit. And you've got to be committed. And when you talk about that, I always talk about looking at yourself in the mirror, because let me tell you something. There's not a person on this call right now who can't have true success, walk away, residual income, and financial and just financial wealth and financial independence, where you don't have to worry about money anymore. That's what financial independence is when you can do what you want, when you want, on your own schedule, and not have to worry about money. And listen, our business especially is not about the money. It's about helping people. But you can have anything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. And we're in the health and nutrition business, and we help change lives mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, environmentally. That's what our passion is. That's what our goal is. And so your job is to help as many people as you can achieve that and achieve the success they want to. And you do it on a daily basis. Each day you get up in the mirror, you look at yourself in the mirror, and you got to know you can do this. It doesn't matter what your education is. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your past is. That makes no difference. You could have been fired from 20 jobs. That doesn't matter. You could say, I have a tough time finding a job. Well, maybe you're not meant to be in the job industry. Maybe you're meant to be an entrepreneur. But see, this business, if you have the desire, you have the commitment, you're coachable, you take full responsibility, you stay plugged in, you stay grateful, and you never quit, I promise you, you can have success, whatever that means to you. whether it's, an extra $80,000 a year or whether it's an extra $800,000 a year, you can do it. Okay. And here's how you do it. It's a daily method. So you have to do something in your business every single day. And this is a formula that will work. And this formula here is designed around working online, because so many people nowadays are working their business online. And that's fine. I think that's great. And I call it the daily method of operations. It's pretty simple. It's really these 5 steps, 3, 5, 5, 3, that you do every single day. Okay. And what are they? Well, the first 3 is you create 3 pieces of content on social media every day. And it doesn't have to be perfect. But see, this attracts prospects, and it can be any type of post on any platform. But see, the key is you've got to be consistent. And we offer, as a company here with Touchstone Essentials, the content for you. It's all available for you. The blog posts, the news articles, the emails, the testimonies, the shares, the pictures, our professional athletes. There's tons of stuff. And there's so much information out there about our products and about whole food plant-based nutrition and about the CBD market. It's easy right now to create content. And if you need help with that, get with your upline leader or get with me, and I'll show you how to create content. But you've got to create 3 pieces of content on social media every single day and put it out there. Now, you don't want to be salesy. You don't want to do 30. You don't want to do 85 posts a day. You don't want to be that person. But create 3 pieces of content every single day. Don't worry about how many likes you get. Don't worry about how many comments you get. Don't worry about that. Don't even look at that. Just do it every single day. And then come the 5s. And the first 5 is meet 5 new contacts a day. Now, this can be online or offline. It doesn't have to be online, okay? Using the CLAM method, and we're going to talk about that, okay, to meet 5 new friends a day. 5 new friends a day that you're going to meet. You say you're going to stay in touch with those folks. Now, when you talk about that, you go, okay, Sal, so how do I do that? Well, there's lots of different ways to meet people, but we're going to talk about groups here for a minute, okay? Groups on Facebook. We have a group called the Touchstone Team page, the Touchstone Team Elevation. That's a group of people. But there's so many groups out there. You see, groups is where the thing's going, the future's going with Facebook, because you're intermingling with people. There's also meetup groups in your community, in your area. Meetup.com. Meetup.com is not a hookup site. It's not a dating site. It's a meetup site. And so that's what it's all about. It is making 5 new contacts every day. And when you're doing that, you can join these groups. And I recommend you join groups that you have something in common with. They don't all have to be plant-based nutrition, organic, CBD groups. You may like to fish. You may like to fish for trout. You may like to fish for bass. You may like to deep sea fish. You may be a cyclist who enjoys cycling. You enjoy riding bikes. You may be somebody who loves nature and outdoors and taking pictures of birds and flowers and loves the trees and just loves being outdoors. See, the beautiful thing about Facebook is there's groups for everybody. There's all kinds of groups out. You may be into photography. You may, love swimming. You may be on a swim team. You may be a stand-up paddleboarder. You may be a hiker. You may be a kayaker. You may be a wrestler. You may be into football. You may be into the Panthers. You may be into the Vikings. It doesn't matter what your interests are, but you want to join groups that you have an interest in. Now, why? Because the C in the CLAM method of making 5 new contacts a day or meeting 5 new people is you've got to contribute to people's lives. And in groups, you've got to contribute to the group. And there's lots of different ways to contribute to the group. You see, you can't go on the group, and just be an observer. You've got to treat a group like a party, like a social event. So you just picture yourself at this big social event, at this big giant house or mansion or an area, a big barn, or wherever they're hosting this social event. and you've joined this group. Well, understand something. There's a host. So if you went in someone's home, you were invited to someone's home, or you invited yourself to join a group, because that's the cool thing about groups, you can do that. And you're going to connect. The C stands for connect and contribute and comment. The first thing I recommend you do is go to the admin on the page. If there's multiple admins, then send all the admins. If there's 5 admins, send them each a message and say, hey, Susie admin, I just joined your group about cycling in the mountains, about log cabins, about fishing for trout. And I just want to tell you, I really like your group. I'm excited about being here. And it's just some great content, and I really appreciate you putting it together. You know, the admin's the one who can kick you out of the group. And the admin's the one who's in there all the time, knows what's going on and participates and knows a lot of the people in there. And the admin's the one who owns the home. You know, you go in somebody's home and you're a guest there, you might carry them a gift, but you're going to say hi and introduce yourself. And that's important to do in a group, is to introduce yourself. Let them know who you are. Let them know you appreciate the group. And then the L is for liking post. So you got C for contributing, commenting, and connecting. And the L is for liking posts. You go through and you see a post, you like it. And then you comment on it. You see, when people comment and like on your post and you don't know them, what's one of the first things you do? You go see who they are. And see, people absolutely love it when they get that attention. They love it for people to comment and like on their post. And all of a sudden, they like you and they don't even know you. And you be encouraging. Wow, you just cycled a 20K and you came in 4th place. Stellar job. That's awesome. Man, I wish someday I could do that. How much do you train? How often do you train? What type of bike do you have? You caught 6 fish? Wow, what type of lure were you using? You knitted that beautiful quilt. What type of yarn did you use? Thread did you use? Where did you get your pattern? You see, you're going to contribute and you're going to like that. And then as you're participating in the group, and oh, by the way, remember, we're doing this daily. Daily. As you meet people and as you communicate with people and as you start a dialogue back and forth with an individual, then you can add them as a friend. The A stands for add. Add them as a friend, CLA. And then you can message people, private message people. And I'm not talking about selling your product. We haven't even talked about that. And I'm not, that's secondary. You see, when you add people to your group and then you message them, you add them as a friend and message them. Now, don't be weirdo. Don't just go through and start adding people, because then they're like, I don't know who that is. Who is that? But when you contribute to their post, you comment on their post, you like their post, not just the first one, but you dialogue back and forth, and you're involved in the group and you're contributing, you're going to get to meet people. You're going to get excited about it. And they're going to see who you are, and they're going to look at your profile, and you'll be surprised at the number of people who, before you get a chance to send them a friend request, they'll send you a friend request and want to be friends. And so that's how you're connecting with people in groups. On social media, you see posts that friends put up. You see things that are going on in the community, things that are going on in the environment, things that are going on. Be a participative person on there. You can like and comment on your friend's post. Now don't be that stalker who goes out, and I've got this one guy, and I won't call his name, but he has a ton of friends, and I eventually had to block my friends, but anytime somebody likes something on my page, all of a sudden he'd be friends with them. And it's like he was out there just stalking friends, and people would say, who is that guy? I saw he's a friend of yours. He sent me a friend because he's kind of strange. So remember, you want to contribute, comment, like, and get a dialogue going back and forth before you just send them a friend request. Whether it be in a group, whether it be on a page, whether it be on a comment that your friends make, a social media, an event going on in your community. You know, we just had the Blueberry Festival here in Burgaw, which is right up the road from us. And so, you know, that's important to be able to do. So CLAM stands for contribute, comment, connect is the C. L is like. A is add them as a friend after the dialogue. And M is message them. So, and I'm not talking about message them going, hey, I sell CBD oil. Are you interested in buying any? Hey, I was the one who commented on your post. I just saw you won the 5K. I was excited. Man, that's congratulations. That's awesome. How often do you train? How much do you work? I just saw you caught an 8-pound trout. You know, is that a record? And so you're messaging them to open a dialogue, to communicate, to become friends with people. Friends, that's it. Friends. Friends, you don't want to be that person that goes out there and starts pitching product all the time, because then you're that person who, think about this. If you're at a party and somebody's standing over in the corner and every time you walk by them, they say, hey, you want to buy some CBD oil? Hey, have you ever heard of super green juice? Hey, have you ever heard of that CBD oil can cure cancer? Hey, have you ever heard this? Have you ever heard that? You know, they're like, who's that weirdo in the corner over there? Nobody wants to come by you because you're over there pitching. And that's not what we're doing. And the second 5 is invite 5 people each day to take a look at your opportunity, to take a look at a presentation, whether it be a recorded video of an opportunity, whether it be a Sunday night live opportunity call, a Tuesday night live opportunity call, whether it be on a 3-way call. Just invite 5 people to take a look at your company every day, not somebody you just met. You don't want to spam. Don't be that person, but make it your goal to connect with 5 people every single day. So 3, 3, 5. And then the next 5 is you want to follow up with 5 people. They can be new, they can be old, they can be prospects that have disappeared on you. They can be somebody you haven't talked to in a long time, you know, that you mentioned the product to a while back, or somebody that was in another business. But you want to follow up with 5 people that you've reached out to, that you connected with or communicated with every day. Every day. Does this sound like, hey, I mean, what we've talked about so far doesn't take very much time. Even if you've got a full-time job and you're working 50 hours a week, you can still have time for this. Because these are very short, easy things to do. And then the next 3 is 3 prospects. Ask 3 prospects to watch a video or attend a presentation. See, you're inviting the 5 people before on this previous page. Invite 5 people to take a look at some information. Invite, share, connect. You meet 5 contacts a day. You invite 5 people to take a look at your information. You invite. Then number 3 is you share. Number 5 is you follow up with 5 prospects from before. But you want 3 prospects to watch a video or attend a presentation call. Every day, 3 people you send a video to. Hey, have you got time to watch this? Hey, you know, and there's a way to do that properly. It's important to understand how to invite people to take a look at the opportunity. Does that make sense? So it's 3, 5, 5, 5, 3. A 3 at the beginning, 3 5s in the middle, and a 3 at the end. And see, if you do this every day, your DMO, your daily method of operation, you're going to have success. You're going to have success. And see, there's lots of other things you can be doing, but this is what drives your business. This is what creates growth. And you see right now, it's an easy topic of conversation. It's easy to meet people, and it's easy to talk about CBD oil. Have you talked to anybody that's not interested in learning a little something, learning a little more? And so, you know, that's what you want to do, and you want to pattern yourself, and you want to plan out your day, each day. If you don't have a plan, get up and say, I'm doing the daily method of operation today. I'm going to put 3 pieces of content out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. I'm going to meet 5 new people today. I'm going to meet 5 new people today. I'm going to invite 5 people to take a look at, you know, the website or a link, or share something with them. I might share information on a group page. And then I'm going to follow up with 5 prospects that I have spoken to in the past. And then I'm going to ask 3 people to say, hey, listen, Susie, you know, you're somebody that I trust, that I care about, and I respect. And I would love for you to take a look at an opportunity and give me your opinion on it and your feedback, because I trust you and I respect you. And I'd love to hear your feedback on this opportunity. This may or may not be for you, but I would really like for you to take a look at it. And see, that's how you can build a business online, is you can't just be an observer. You've got to take action. You've got to be involved. You've got to contribute. See, in these groups and these pages, you've got to offer some good information. You've got to offer feedback. You're not correcting people. Don't tell people they're wrong. Just contribute to the conversation. Contribute to the group. Contributing to a conversation is just like a group of friends get together. You don't want to be the know-it-all. You just want to contribute to the group. They'll ask you your opinion. A lot of times people that are contributing to the group are the ones who say the least, and they're the smartest ones in the group are the ones who say the least, and people respect that. So this is something that just breaks it down into simple format, something that anybody can do, and you can do it online from the comfort of your own home or wherever you're working out there, whatever you're doing. It's a simple daily method of operation that will help you build your business, that will help you achieve your goals and help you be successful. Not hard to do, easy to do. I want to thank everybody for being on the call tonight. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you've taken something away from it, and you have a blessed night.